Hi, welcome to another episode of Simply Social Marketing. I'm your host, Toya Wilson-Smith, and I am so happy to have with me today Chic Scaparo of Low Valley Pictures. He is my new partner in crime when it comes to video and video marketing. So we have launched a new endeavor, and we are going to be helping small business owners use video in 2016 to get their brand out there in a bigger, better way, connect with prospective clients, gain media attention, and hopefully grow their business using video. And today he is here to help me educate you on how to use video. So if you are on a budget and you cannot afford to hire us to come in to shoot and produce and edit your video, then we are going to give you some tips and strategies on how you can do it at home yourself. So this is going to be a two-part video. The first part is Chic explaining to you how to shoot video. So he's the expert when it comes to recording quality video. And he's going to give you just a few strategies about how to do that with, I believe, something that most of us carry with us all the time. And then I'm going to come in and talk to you about actually marketing that video. Because if you have a great video but nobody sees it, does it really matter? Kind of like if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, right? Does it really make a sound? So I'm going to turn it over to Chic. He's going to tell you his best strategies to shooting a great video. And then we are going to transition into marketing. By the way, before he starts talking, I just got to brag on him a little bit. He is my partner, so I'm so proud to be associated with him. But he shot a movie about Alzheimer's disease. He's actually done a video for a TED Talk. He's done work for Bellamy Mansion in downtown Wilmington. So this man knows what he's doing. So listen up, pay close attention, because he is giving you some great strategies for free, because this video is not going to cost anything. So take it away, Chic. It's all yours.
Hello, everybody, and Toya first. Thanks for the ridiculous introduction that I don't deserve, but thank you for having me on here. You're too much. You're too kind. As Toya said, we're going to be talking about, just briefly, about using your phone to shoot some video for your business. And trust me, I know what it's like to not be able to afford certain things for your business, and video can be costly. So using your cell phone is a simple method of getting your product and your services out to people. And if you use it correctly, then you should definitely be able to maximize the limited resources and funds that you have to get your product and services to the public. So the first thing is, obviously, the phone. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little about using the phone. The first thing you want to know about your phone, I think everybody shot video, and if you haven't, get into your settings, find your highest quality. Should be 1080p if they have it, but you want to go high def. Do all the highest quality settings for when you do upload your video to the computer or whatever website you want to use. It'll be the best quality you're going to get. I think the first thing I want to say is a lot of people, when they take video with their phone, they don't do the landscape angle, which I think is the most important one. So I'll just show you here with my phone. A lot of people shoot, just so the reflection, I'll use the back of my phone. A lot of people shoot their phone this way for video. And when you do that, you limit the amount of space you're going to get on camera. So you're only going to get a person just a little tiny bit on either side. Just turn your video sideways, your camera, I should say, turn it sideways, and you will be able to get everything. It's a wide shot, just like you see on TV, just like you see on a movie. They're made for that. Maximize your video by at least getting that wide shot, and you can get your product in that shot with you as well. So I can demonstrate here. So if you're going to do that and you're going to shoot something, you can put somebody to the side of the screen and put the product out here to over the shoulder, and then you will be able to shoot both the product and the person discussing the product, which is just one of the most simple methods of getting your product out there and having a representative on camera to relate with the customer. The other part is head space is what I talk about all the time when it comes to shooting video. And as you can see here, if you can tell on mine, my head to the top of the screen is really close. You don't want to have too much headroom from your head to the top of the screen because it's just wasted space. You want to fill space with yourself or whatever product you're trying to sell. And along with that, the most important thing would be your lighting. It's tough to get proper lighting. The best lighting you're going to get is outdoors. Get outside if you can use the sun, but not the blaring sun. You want to get some cloudy cover if you can. Even in a shade tree, I think is a really good way to shoot. You definitely want to have a good source of light. You don't want anybody blown out. If it's too bright, it's going to look bad. If it's too dark, you're not going to be able to use it. So in order to, to make all this work for you, you want to make sure that you have a solid source of light. You can do it interior lighting. It's fine. You can use your house lights or your business lights. That's fine. Just make sure that everything is balanced and it looks good. A little tip is just basically go YouTube and look at videos and see how people do it on videos. There's nothing wrong with copying people because that's pretty much how they probably did it. Everybody has to teach somebody something along the line. So you either copy somebody or you wing it. And most times when you wing it, it doesn't work out so great. Right. But just go online, find some videos that you might see be very helpful for you. And I think the third most important out of all this would be your audio. If you're just using your phone, there's numerous methods out there that you can plug your phone in to get an external microphone in there, which is great. A little costly sometimes, but if you can do that, I suggest doing that. But if you cannot do that, the number one trick is going to be get the camera as close to the subject as possible. So, I mean, you don't have to get right in their face, but when you shoot audio, when you shoot video, the audio oftentimes doesn't come out so great. So you want to get the camera, the phone, I should say, as close to your subject, whoever's talking, as possible. If you're going to be shooting product without a person in the shot, then whoever's holding the camera it would just be fine to have them just talk, about the product right there, or have somebody nearby. But keep the person as close to the camera as possible so you can get some crisp video. So I think, as it stands at this point, those few tips, the angle of the phone, keeping it at landscape if you can. If you can't get it up right, that's fine. Get your settings to the highest possible HD settings you can on your phone. Make sure you have proper headspace. The lighting is important. If you have too much light, it's going to look blown out. If you don't have enough light, you're not going to see the product. You can easily get away with using interior lights. It's usually fine. And make sure that the camera phone is close to the subject talking. And I think those are the most important things regarding shooting that type of video with your phone. Toya?
Awesome. Those are some really good tips, Chic. And so I'm going to take my glasses off because they have a glare. These are my cheap reading glasses, so they don't have anti-glare. But you know me, I always have a question or two.
Of course.
So, first question. If a business owner or someone that's doing marketing for a small business is interested in doing a series of videos and they need the videos to be pretty good quality, when is the time for them to start investing in some equipment, maybe like a mic or a tripod? Because I know I have told clients of mine in the past, last year, especially when I started talking about video all the time, to shoot video with smartphones. And for me, depending on the type of day I'm having and how much coffee I've had, I can be shaking a little bit with my phone and I get that shake that comes out in the video. So if I'm going to tell people they need to be doing video, when should they invest in, a tripod? And do you have any favorite places to get some of those items?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because camera shake drives people crazy. So it's a great point. Get that tripod right away. I should have been the first thing I said. If you don't have a tripod, get something to keep your camera steady, because that people will be turned off quickly by seeing shaky camera syndrome, and nobody wants to see shaky camera syndrome. So as far as investing in product right away, even before you shoot, I mean, it's fine to get your feet wet holding the camera manually, but I do suggest the three pieces of equipment you would definitely need: the tripod, some type of microphone, and just a source of light that you can utilize to maximize, the video in front of you. But that tripod's, it's important. I would suggest getting that stuff immediately. It's a great point. I'm glad you brought it up.
Well, that's why we're partners, see?
It's true. It's true.
So my second question is editing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people feel like they may want to cut some things out. I mean, you saw me even mess up the intro, which we will edit out before we publicize this video. But what type of software would you recommend people invest in, or if there's a free version that they should use to edit their video, maybe add an intro or some music or spice it up a little bit?
Well, there are so many out there, Toya. I use a little bit more high-end editing software. People have a lot of built-in editing abilities on their new phones. I think that's something that a lot of phones come with now, and people really easily can use that. They have them on their iPads. Windows machines have Windows Movie Maker, which is simple and effective. You can use iMovie on a Mac, which is probably even easier than Windows Movie Maker. There's numerous editing websites I'm thinking that could help you, that may be free, maybe really inexpensive. You can even do some editing on YouTube. As far as, giving a list right now, I don't have a list offhand except for the ones that I know really well. But I mean, the magic of Google is you just punch it in there and you're going to find hundreds and hundreds of free somethings to edit your video. I think it would be pretty easy. But the main ones for the built-in ones that come with Windows is usually Movie Maker. Then you have your iMovie for the Mac, which those are the two most popular, I think, for home users.
Yeah.
To go back a little bit to your other question, is there's to get equipment. I find that the most reasonably priced equipment is oftentimes used equipment. And it's usually pretty good. It usually comes, if you can get refurbished equipment, you get warranties on your equipment. I'm a big Amazon user. Most of my stuff comes from Amazon, and most of it has been refurbished. Not my camera, of course. However, some of my other stuff is refurb, and it's warranted and works perfectly, and I've had no problems with it. So I wanted to backtrack to that a little bit.
Okay. Well, thank you, because I think that people have a clearer understanding on how they can use their phone to shoot good video. And here's the funny thing. I was looking at YouTube for a client of mine. They are in the fire and water restoration business. And there was a person that had shot a video with a kind of whiteboard in the background, and you could tell that he was doing it, I think, on a smartphone, and the lighting was really, really challenging to kind of see through. Yet it had 20,000 views, Chic. Wow. So when the information is good and it's needed, I think people sometimes will suffer through the probably nuances of video editing. So if, on a final thought, if people had to be focused on one or the other, which one is more important? Because I know that they're equally important if you can do them both, but should people be more focused on audio or lighting?
Tough question. Very difficult question. I will say this, and this is how I feel strongly about this. More people will sit through a video that has bad video than they will sit through that has bad audio. I think audio is equally as important as everything on screen, However, audio is a little bit more important, just a little. Because if you got somebody who's blown out or somebody who's too dark, but you can still make out who or what it is that you're looking at, if you can hear them, then I think that's really what's going to take. It's going to be more important.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for the wonderful advice, my brother. As always, great job. I learned a lot because I did not know which one was more important, but it's interesting. I was doing a video the other day and I sent it to my mother to get her thoughts because she's a baby boomer and I wanted to, see what she thought. And she said, well, I really kind of wanted to see your face on camera. I mean, seeing the slides was okay, but I was bored after a while. I was like, oh, no.
That's so funny.
So now I'm going to go back to her and say, look, it's more important that you can hear me according to a videographer than you can see me. I'm going to tell her that you said that.
Well, to bring up a good point is the movie we just shot recently, a lot of the video looks great, but a lot of the audio is really bad, and you can't use that. You just can't use it if the audio doesn't work. If somebody's delivering dialogue and you can't hear them or it doesn't match somebody else's, that's for movies, of course. But I mean, for this, you've got to be able to hear the person talk about their product.
Gotcha. Well, I know that you are a very busy man, so I'm not going to keep you if you have to drop off. We are going to transition into marketing really quickly, and I'm going to give the top 3 strategies for marketing your newly created video. So in 2 minutes or less, how can you get more eyeballs on your video? The first one is to make sure that you have the video properly optimized. Do you have the title correct? So if I am trying to market my new home listing, if I was a real estate agent, then what I would want to do is give the address, say new listing, with the phone number and the name of my company in the title and the description. And with the tags, make sure that I say the city, new home listing or home listing, and the address and the tags as well. When you have a properly optimized video, you would be amazed at how easily people will discover it. Case in point, I did a video for a client, almost about a year ago, on how to get listed on TripAdvisor. I simply put it on YouTube because it was the easiest way, Chic, for me to send it over to them. Mm-hmm. Little did I know, because I forgot to turn it from public to private, was it still sitting out there in Google land. And 6 months later, to my surprise, it had 500 views.
Wow.
And some comments and some thumbs up, which, is always flattering. And then it hit 1,000 views. How many people were looking for how to get listed on TripAdvisor? But it really showed to me that YouTube works and video marketing works. And that's when I started talking to everybody about video, because if that little video that is now ranking on Google page 1 for how to get your business listed on TripAdvisor, my face never appears on the video. It's not the prettiest picture on the screen, but it's the information, and over 1,000 views. I didn't share it. I didn't advertise it. I just optimized it and people found it. Mm-hmm. And then people started contacting me.
Wow.
So when you optimize a video properly and you're talking about helpful information, you would be amazed at how many views your video can get just by letting it sit on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Now, if you share that video on Facebook or your website or your blog, guess what? You can get even more views. You can get more people contacting you about your product or your service. And some of those people may become customers or clients of yours, right?
Yep.
Secondly, decide what type of video you want to shoot. Do you want it to be an educational video, an entertaining video, or both? I always say that whenever you can balance education and entertainment, it's a home run or it's a win, right? If you have to go for one or the other, you know, entertaining videos are kind of hard to script, but you can always script an educational video. You can always tell people what inspired you to create your business. You can always share with people how your latest product came to be. And those are the stories, those are the videos that when people are considering buying a product or enlisting help from a company, that they are going to be interested in watching. And then finally, share the video. Now, in my case, with the how to get listed on TripAdvisor video, I didn't share it, but it was obviously a source of frustration for some people, and they go looking for how to do it. And my video pops up thanks to the optimization of the title, the description, the tags. However, if you just put your video out there, I know I've seen, and Chic, we've talked about it, people will use a service like Yellow Pages or another service similar, get a video done, and then they will just let the video kind of sit out there on YouTube and never share it. Well, if you don't ever share it, how can your prospective customers or even your friends and family, you know, tell people, hey, my sister went and shot this really great video, go take a look at it. So if nothing else, put it out on Facebook and your website. Make sure that you put it on your Google My Business page as well, if it has that option. Some of those pages have that option, some of them do not. So make sure that you share it though with people. You can even put a link to the YouTube video inside of your email blast and send it out to your email list and have them go visit the video that way, and then ask them to share it if they found any value in it. So there are tons of different ways to use video in marketing your business. And in 2016, we're going to be talking about several strategies. So this is not the first and last video you'll see us do on video marketing. We will be talking about it through 2016, helping you get your business out there in a bigger way using video. If you're not using video right now, it is the hottest strategy going. Don't miss the boat. Facebook is really saturated right now. But guess what? The way you can leverage your Facebook fan page, especially if you're not satisfied with the engagement or the conversion rates of your Facebook fan page, is to use video. Video gets the likes and the comments and the shares going, and you can advertise for a penny a view right now. So it is a great combination. Any final thoughts, Chic, you want to add to marketing or sharing your video?
Just have fun with it, you know. I mean, do something creative. Don't be a stick in the mud sometimes. Sometimes you have to be, I get that, but be creative. Have some fun with your video. You can always redo it.
That's true. You can always redo it. Next time we do a hangout, Chic, I'm going to put a little funny hat since you said.
Do that. Do something fun.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. As always, we try to keep it short, sweet, and to the point so you can maximize your investment of your time. If you have any questions or you're looking to get help with your video marketing and you are in the North Carolina area, give us a call. Our contact information is going to be right below this video in the description box. Thank you again to Chic Scaparo, founder of Low Valley Pictures. I'm Toya Wilson-Smith of Next Generation Digital Marketing, signing off. Peace and blessings to you, your family, and your business. Make it a great week. Thank you.